gaming, tech, whatever random anything else we can come up with. That's what we're here for. This is Not So Serious Gaming. I'm Seriously Shadows. Let's get this podcast going. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Not So Serious Gaming Podcast. Today I have a special guest, DtheHEATHEN's here with me in the studio.
What's up, man? How's it going?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I'm always good, man. Always good.
Today we want to talk about this new console war coming up. Holiday season's right around the corner. So you've got the Xbox Series X and S, and then the PS5, both fighting for the next top spot as top console. So far, we've got the Xbox, which blew away their pre-orders pretty quick. I know I hopped on and just to see, and I wasn't able to get anything. Everything says sold out. So I wonder, I can't find anywhere on the internet when these pre-orders actually ended. I want to know, like, how quick were they gone? The PlayStation's pre-orders haven't started yet, but I know the console itself's coming out a little bit later compared to the Xbox. We are going to see the Xbox on November 10th already. It's like, dang, that's right around the corner from now. Hell.
I mean, I'm pumped for it as long as they got that the monthly lease on it, the 24-month lease program on it. That's I'm excited for that. I know a couple people who actually were trying to find it online like you were, and they put in their cart, and by the time they went to check out, it was already sold out. So I think I have 3 people on different. I don't want to drop a couple names on here, get you in trouble, but I know a couple like Best Buy and other different places that literally they put it in their cart, went to hit checkout, put in their card information, and it was like telling them that it was no longer in their cart because it was sold out.
So. Boys went like hotcakes real quick. But you mentioned the 24-month lease. That's actually how I'm going to get my Xbox. I already know. Great option, by the way, that I want to talk a little bit more about a little later. So, just a real quick kind of head-to-head comparison. These consoles aren't playing this time around.
No, they definitely, looking at the specs, they definitely come with some extra firepower. You don't want to get caught selling these to any foreign countries, for sure. U.S. government will not allow that. There's a large conspiracy when I want to say the last war came out. People were like selling PlayStation 4s to Iran or something, and they got slapped with that terrorism label because they were selling them for a markup of like 300%. So probably not smart to sell a supercomputer to a foreign country, anyways. But gotta make sure you don't get caught there. At least do it on the dark web or some stuff. You don't want to get slapped with the terrorism label because you wind up waterboarded in some small cubby hole in a government department building somewhere.
That's exactly how that goes. You don't want to get hit with that terrorism label, so don't try to mark it up and think, oh, I could go across the border with this, and nope, you're a terrorist now. That might as well have been a bomb. You're going down. So, starting with the Xbox, because legit, that's some serious firepower that we starting with. So, we've gotten this boy in 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU, which is nice for what these consoles are getting. So all the consoles, these CPUs and GPUs are all custom made for each system this time around, which is really nice. Actually, both are AMD because I didn't bring up the GPU. It was also AMD RDNA 2, the GPU. So you've got double down on Team Red, all custom made for all three. Technically 4 systems. Do we count the all digital PS5 as a different one? I mean, that one's just all digital and not a different name like the Xboxes.
It's not even a different name, it's a different letter.
Oh, true.
Like
just the letter.
Listen, I was hyped when they came out in the conferences and gave them like Lockhart and Scorpio. Like them made them seem like Tony Stark different suit models. That made me legit like, okay, PlayStation's giving us I remember my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but like you come out with Lockhart, oh man! And then it turned out like, yeah, we just wanted to make sure nobody else can use it, so it doesn't actually, that name doesn't matter.
Those are the names of our projects. That's not going to be the name of the console because naming conventions that you guys don't use anyway. I don't understand. I didn't understand. You come up with these kick-ass project names and turn around like, now it's super bland. Where'd that go? Bring the Scorpio back. I want that Xbox Scorpio.
When I heard Lockhart, that one killed me, and it goes to show just how competitive they are. I guess PlayStation goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Xbox is like, yeah, well, we got the alphabet. How do you feel about that? I feel like you've already K, the Xbox K. I feel like you've already kind of let me down. I was like waiting for a Lockhart, like yeah, and then you're like right. S.
Damn.
There's not even an S in Lockhart. I know you guys are smart and Bill's really, how do you want to say it? Endowed in the bank account. But there's no S in Lockhart, man. Like, I know you're smart. I know you created the internet. You might want to Google Lockhart. Do you not know how to spell Lockhart? That...
And it's funny because, like, you think PlayStation's just going down the pipe with their numbers. Xbox is, I guess, they're nut-hugging the letters S and X. And Nintendo will keep naming their console something completely different based on what the console is, I guess, all the time. How did you go from, you had the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, and then you're like, you know what, forget it. N64, GameCube, different name every time. Friggin', there's no confusion. I'm not gonna pick up a friggin' Switch when I wanted a Wii because nothing. If you told me to go get an Xbox Series S and the guy at the store tells me about an Xbox One S, they're only one little word different. I'm going to go with the cheaper one because I don't know anything about games. Why not? What?
I think that was a part of like the Xbox marketing plan is, most of the kids are either going to aggravate mom or grandma to buy them and they won't really know the difference. They're like, screw it, we're going to buy, we're going to sell them either way. We'll put them both on sale. Grandma's going to be like, hey, dearie, let me get an Xbox. And, well, I got this one on sale. They're going to take that one. They don't really care. But I guess at least PlayStation gave you numbers.
So if you messed that one up, you need to go back to school. That's what they were going with. They're like, look, you passed kindergarten, so if you can't go any further than that, you just go back.
I guess it just really kind of shows Xbox doesn't really care about the adults that play the game, just because we're gonna chalk it up to the parents and grandparents that are gonna fall for these. I won't say stupid ploys, but I really like them. I guess at least X and S is better than going with Xbox A and B, or A1, B1, like that would probably aggravate me more than anything else.
It's pretty soon they're just gonna call the friggin' consoles by their serial numbers. X277C AB6.
Why can't we go back to Lockhart? Like,
right.
Because now my next questions lead to like what was Scorpio? I'm pretty sure Lockhart was the new S, but what was like where did they go to? Where are the corresponding systems with it? Because I tried to Google it, like, okay, well I'm going to go against the trend and I'm gonna call mine the Lockhart, and I Googled it. I'm like, all right. All I seen was the Series S, the new S, and then I was like, okay, well what was Scorpio? And that was giving me the same result. I'm like, oh, so I don't even have keywords to go off in it anymore. I can't pull the 007 like like I can't just whip out Agent Lockhart when I'm bored. It's like, oh well, it's all the same, I guess.
Yeah, I wish they would have went somewhere else with them names, but what else can you do? Friggin'. So, just a little bit, because I guess I'll be going across the pipe saying, oh, they're all 8 core, the same processor. So, with the Series X, I almost said 1X. With the Series X, you're getting 4K, 60 FPS gaming, up to 120 FPS. Now, I wonder how true that is, because if it's literally your games can hit 120, that's going to be a huge difference when it comes to competitiveness versus PC. When instead of having my console on my TV like I would normally, I can plug it up to my nice 144 hertz monitor and it actually hits 120 FPS on a console. Okay, I can see some stuff happening at this point. The Xbox Series S is 1440p gaming at 60 FPS, also still up to 120. So even cutting back, you're still getting something decent. You can still see the difference between 1440 and 1080. Even on a 1080p friggin' TV, you can see the difference. You can see that it's a little bit clearer. It's not, they don't have 1440p TVs like they do monitors out there, but you would still be able to tell the difference on a 4K TV much better than a 1080p TV. And for the PS5, supposedly both versions are going to be 4K up to 120. So you're kind of seeing that customized double AMD power kind of making your console legit a computer. I wonder where that leaves the price of actual computer parts going forward. Because will this trend cause... Because these are custom-made parts going in these consoles that are way cheaper. Are we going to see a trend of AMD starting to lower their prices, lower? So then Intel has to follow suit and lower their prices. NVIDIA has to follow suit and lower their prices. Because, honestly, if I can make a kick-ass computer for... if I can make my $1,200 computer that I have here now for $700, that's like, now you're killing it out here. Then, the gate kind of lowers on gaming as a whole. Friggin', it's not too expensive to get a console, and your console is as good as a computer. It's not too expensive to get a computer if you want that extra. But then you turn around and now, we want to make games more expensive. Oh, fuck.
Well, according to their study, people are happy to pay $70 for a new game on next gen.
Where they get this study? Because I wasn't there. That's not a thing.
I still ain't happy paying the 60, what is it, 65, 63 or whatever after taxes for new ones on this gen. 70? No, I'm okay.
That's what's crazy. Like, they try to trick us to think we'd forget that when games were 50 and then 40 before this, when you can go and get a brand new game for $40, it wasn't just... Well, for a minute, I do understand that games did get more expensive to make there for a while. But then when technology caught up and it fell right back to it's cheap to make games again, you started making lower quality games. So now I don't feel justified paying this money. I don't justify 60 anymore, knowing that it's cheaper to make them and you're putting less effort into making them. Now, I can't say that for all games, because not all games these past 2 years have flopped. There have been a couple hits that are very good and are worth paying $60 for. But there are others that came out on launch day and you have people running back to the store to return them. Not a good look. Anthem.
I thought you was going to go with Fallout 76 there.
Shoot, the messed up thing is there's a bunch of different games to go to for that.
I mean, I guess you got to pray now your favorite new pre-order takes the No Man's Sky approach, and was it 700 days later finally just, no, we're not going to make another one. We're just going to finish making this one as good as it should have been. Okay, that's great. I'm glad on our 2-year anniversary of that horrible day where I had to get a pre-order, I'm glad you don't stand out in line anymore, I guess. If I stood out in line for 12 hours to get Modern Warfare 2 and it was this crap, oh, it would have been all bad. I mean, I still have the memories of, like, hanging with friends at GameStop, which is very underrated. I guess, the little shits growing up in this generation won't have that kind of bonding moments with their friends. But, could you imagine getting Modern Warfare 2 and they're like, well, right now it's currently only stick figure guys fighting with sticks. And in a year we'll make a Call of Duty. And then a year turns into 3. And...
That actually really sounds like an Activision type thing to do, too. That's what... Man...
Well, at least Activision will make you pay for the upgrade. Oh, we'll make the same game just every year on this date. Like, it's an anniversary. It's pretty much what it is. Like, I spend less on my anniversary dates. That's cool. That's great. I have the same abusive relationship with Activision as I do my relationship. So, why not? Why not just completely rake me over the coals for another $50 to play the same game you made 8 years ago?
See, and that's what's crazy. You got that, and that happens. They're notorious for it, and it works. And it's funny that it works the way it does because they got really bad for a while. Like, when the games got progressively worse, it was bad. People were still buying them, and it wasn't until I can't even give it to Black Ops 4. I wasn't into it as much. I would say it wasn't until Modern Warfare, the new one, where it started to feel like how Call of Duty used to make games. So it was like, dang, we're turning around and paying for upgraded trash every year now. What happened? And we're still paying for it. That's the problem.
I mean, the funny thing about it is they decided to take note from Fortnite with the free version of the free-for-all games like Warzone, and then you have to pay for the rest of it, like the campaign, which, yeah, sure, why don't I pay $70 for a day or two's worth of a campaign? But you're really paying for, the different match types. But, I mean, if you're anything like me, you're going to realize, like, I didn't even pay for Fortnite, the rest of Fortnite. I had it. Thankfully, somebody was nice enough to buy it for me, but I'm not buying any more. If you give me the free Battle Royale, which, by the way, I don't want to buy them because they suck. So, I'm not also going to buy, I would love to play Ground War. I'm not going to spend $60 just to play Ground War, though.
What? I understand that. I do. I get that.
They are beautiful, though. They look great.
I did I did go ahead and buy the game before I knew Warzone was going to be free.
It's always the best part is when you buy something and it goes on sale like 6 days
And
later.
it's like, well, it's one of those things where like I don't really play Warzone all like that, and that was one of those things where it's there if somebody wants to play, but since I own the game, I'm gonna be on multiplayer.
The issue with having like free stuff like that, well, not the issue with that, but the issue is I watch too many streamers and then I play myself. And it's literally like watching the NBA Finals and then going to play in your backyard. You're like, I'm really not as good as these people. I'm damn sure not 7 foot tall here. Like, so it really kind of ruins it. You see somebody, taking out 360 no scopes for like the game winner, and you're like, nope. You look like a fish out of water. You literally shot yourself in a first person shooter. I don't know how it happens. I don't even know. No idea. But that's the worst part is you're like, yeah, I could do that. That's so easy. How does this guy get? Why is this so hard? That or you start screaming, he's a hacker. Like, that's self-awareness is something that's very important in life. You just got to realize when you suck, you suck. That's really what's taking me off of Call of Duty. Like, I think Modern Warfare 3 was the last one I played religiously like that. And my KD even then was still like maybe a 2. But at least I didn't have the chance to watch other streamers get a 12.8 KD or anything like that. You just heard about the random Korean kid who can take out a whole squad in under 30 seconds with a tack knife and a claymore. Like, okay, it was just like myths. You
right.
didn't actually get to watch Hercules do the 8 task or whatever.
Legit. And that's what, like, streaming culture did make it a little... Like, gaming as a whole a little different. Multiplayer games a little different because you sit there and watch streamers and you're like, oh, they're really good. I'm not going to go play the game. I'm going to sit here and watch them play. And it's like, dang, back in the day, I would have been playing and I wouldn't have that whole, oh, no, I can just watch them do that while I sit here and do whatever else with my life instead of playing the game myself. Friggin', you heard all those stories. You had an article of, oh, this kid that dominated this tournament, and friggin', oh, this guy won 10 grand doing this open out in California. Okay, well, that doesn't, I heard the story. That's cool. That's something now I know, but it doesn't change anything for me. Then you see those same people that were doing all that crazy stuff, getting in articles back then. Now they're just on Twitch sitting here like, now you're sitting there watching it like, dang, this kid is good. Like, good. And you stuck. Like, it takes it away from kind of the wanting to play a little bit, but it adds another social aspect to multiplayer games or even single player games. It adds a social aspect that they don't have.
I mean, that's the nice part about it. Again, I'm not a PlayStation person, but the last the last God of War that came out, I probably spent more time watching somebody play through that than I did Netflix originals. Like, and it helps the graphics on these games look like hell. It looks like animated shows, or it actually looks better than half the animated shows. So, I mean, most people don't remember, that swirling shit faucet that is Ninja actually was one of them kids you read the stories about. He was a champion at 19, I want to say with Halo or something, but you didn't actually get to you didn't get to watch him do it. You was just like, oh, I didn't even know that about him until I read about him. And that was after he got on my last damn nerve. Like, you read about, like, oh, he did a charity event, but, oh, his fans were so mad, so he lost, what was it, $100,000 for 3 days or whatever, because he did a Pro-Am charity event. Like, first off, you're mad because he did a charity event. Second of all, who the hell are you to lose $100,000 a day when, like, I'm eating ramen, kid? Cool, great, I understand it. It's the same thing. He is now a professional esports athlete. So I guess along with all the other overpaid hacks that are great at what they do, it's a craft. They're great at it, but ridiculous amounts of money. He's just the Patty Mahomes of esports, and that's the greatest part about it. Like, oh, he doesn't technically get hit in the face, but if I come across him in a bar, I might. The hair's gonna stand out and everything. But listen, his people will sue my people. He's gonna learn he's gonna learn real quick what it is to milk a rock, because you ain't going. Half of zero is zero, bro. But you didn't know that about him until he became, that annoying streamer that, we all hate as adults, but every kid in the GD world is making him rich.
Right.
And, people paying him $30 million or $60 million, and then, shutting down their streaming service, and then paying him $30 million to literally get out of the building. Like, where do I sign up? Can I make $30,000 a year doing that? How do we get to school for that? At least the NCAA has college football. Where is college esports? Let's do that.
So that's what's crazy. A lot of these colleges are hopping on board and starting their programs. That's going to be a whole thing. Like, I actually want to do a whole episode on
Ashland University is the first to offer esports scholarships.
Yep.
Does that mean I gotta forge my birth certificate? Like all these crazy stories about like the 40-year-olds lying about their birth certificate to play college basketball again? Can I like lie to go back to college, or can I be what do they call that when you're an adult student or whatever? Like the really sad ones where you see like the 60-year-old doing like rudimentary business class. Can I do that, or do I have to lie? Let me know so I know ahead of time. So when it happens, I can just be on the ball.
Because whatever college has a half decent team, we're coming to take a couple classes part time, and so we can be on the team.
Gotta at least try. As one of the only things. It's not like you're gonna create a Pornhub team, so I really just need to. I need to work with what talents I was given in life, I guess.
So esports be coming for you. All right. Going back a little bit. So the games that these consoles are having at launch, I brought up God of War, so I'll start with PlayStation first. What's crazy is the new God of War sequel is confirmed. We don't have a date yet. That sucks. But the launch titles for that have been confirmed so far. Astro's Playroom, that's I guess gonna be their preloaded here, your holiday friggin' free game, whatever.
Sounds really creepy, by the way.
Yeah,
it's got some real Jared Fogle type feels to it. No pun with the feels, I guess.
Nope. No pun with the feels. Full pun intention. That's what I would have went with. Demon Souls is, I don't know if that's supposed to be just a full-on remaster, if it's gonna be like a remake, but I didn't play Demon Souls myself. I played Dark Souls, but not Demon Souls. Weird, but I actually watched someone play, not that long of it, and I'll probably buy it. I'll probably buy it and stream it so I can have a game that I can rage about. Friggin' people can laugh at me yelling at my PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't have the money to buy another controller, so I never bought any of them Souls or any of them hack and slashers where it's like, oh, this is the hardest game to beat. Was the other one Cupheads? Like I appreciate
Cuphead's hard, yeah.
I appreciate the life of my controller, and I appreciate not having to buy another one. That's definitely why I don't buy them.
Legit. Destruction All-Stars. I haven't heard anything about. I just legit just seen it, and I'm like, wait, what is this? So, and of course, Fortnite. They gotta have their PS5 version of Fortnite. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, which I guess is going to come out digital at launch. It's not going to come out physical at launch. Does that mean it can come out physical later? I don't know. It's another one of those, the games that you're porting over I don't know if this was like a quick, let's slap this together, because it's not like Devil May Cry 5 has been out that long. It was like, oh, let's slap this together for the next generation. Throw this on here real quick. But since it's special edition, is this all DLC included like every other special edition? Because I didn't buy 5 myself this whole time. I might have to buy it myself. I only played it through someone else. So I'm like, that might give me a reason to buy it. Godfall, I heard some things about, seen some, what was it, the last E3? They did a trailer for it? Or like not even a trailer, but cinematic trailer, I think. No, I can't remember. My memory is not that great on that last E3, because legit, it was just literally, who did I even pay attention to? See, that's how bad this past E3. 2 E3s ago, I was all on it. I can tell you what happened in that one from Square Enix. But this past one, I'm like, what even happened? Nope, lost it. The new Spider-Man, the Miles Morales Spider-Man, which I think after that first one on PS4, that's going to be another must-buy.
I'm hella excited to see the Miles Morales one because of the way the first Spider-Man went. I'm just really hoping they don't just slap a Morales skin on the old one. I'm hoping they do something different, actually, where like if I watch somebody play the two of them, they actually legitimately look different.
Totally, yeah, I understand that. It'd be because if you just throw, reskin, everything's exactly the same, well, then what was the point of making it Miles Morales? You could have just left it Parker and been fine.
Well, that's the hilarious part about it. Is the other one that had 20 different skins. You had every suit ever created for Parker. Like, if you're going to do the same thing, you could have just made a DLC for it. So, fun. I also would like to know how many people actually know before this game actually paid attention to Spider-Man, other than, like, the people who watched Tobey Maguire. Like, people who actually, like, knew like, when you were playing it, did you even know who Morales was? Who's 2099? Did you know there's different Spider-Mans? And because if you're like, yeah, I've seen Spider-Verse, I mean, you're gonna fight. Like, I don't want somebody to play it and be like, oh, I didn't know Spider-Man was black. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you shown your true colors. Like,
that's hilarious. There's a lot of people that wouldn't know, because if you don't follow Spider-Man, you wouldn't know. And it's just like, that's funny that you brought up Spider-Verse, because I'm like, it's an alright movie to sit there and watch with kids, but like, if you think now, I got background, I know the lore on Spider-Man. Get out. Get out.
that are gonna be waiting for like the MCU, like little tie-ins and stuff. Like, where's Thor? Thor would be great here. No, wrong. No. No, there, buddy. No.
And then the last confirmed game we've got is Sackboy: A Big Adventure, which is weird. I don't remember the last Little Big Planet. I don't at all remember the last Little Big Planet. Them little games were fun.
Them games were awesome. Any games like that, like Little Big Planet, Limbo, stuff like that.
They do have some nice platformers, like, just in the last 2 generations. They've had some really nice platformers. And it's like, you don't have to be Italian chubby plumber with a red suit to be a good platformer.
It's me and Mario.
It's just one of those things. Anybody on any console could go for a nice platformer, and people will still buy it because platformers are always hits with kids, for one. And then when, as an adult, if I want to just chill, I'm like, I can fire up the platformer right now. It could be Little Big Planet. It could be, well, actually, Limbo was really good.
If you'd like to hear a quick chuckle, Super Meat Boy.
Ah, Super Meat Boy.
I knew
yes.
it. I knew it.
Yes, one of my friggin' favorite platformers ever. Friggin' one of the games that made me rage the most. Actually, I think the only game that made me rage more than Super Meat Boy was the Impossible game.
That thing would just beat a little tone into your head the entire time.
Legit. Legit. If you want to figure out how to be able to keep a beat, play that game a bunch of times. You'll learn how to keep beat.
That game might technically be like psychological warfare. Because it was so like disheartening when you hear the boo. Like when you actually died. That would kill me. After about the third time, I'm like, no, I can't handle this anymore. This is torture.
Legit. Now on the Xbox side, we've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Excited for it. Definitely excited for it. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since Black Flag. So, wow. I am excited for this.
This is the worst part because there's been so many free ones on like Game Pass and stuff lately.
Right.
I think that was the last one I paid for. It was Black Flag. So
I didn't even pay for Black Flag. I'm pretty sure I ended up getting it as a game with gold forever ago.
Yep.
And that was legit how I friggin' played it.
Like a year ago is when it came out on gold or something like that. A year and a half ago. But I think since then they've had Syndicate and stuff. So you really haven't been up on your...
Nope.
They've been playing the X of boxes lately.
No, I haven't. PC took over and that was where that went.
Fairness, there's another game compare after the second one, I want to say. After I wasn't just able to jump from building to building, when they actually put things in between the buildings. When Civilization evolved, I guess when I hit number 3, I started to suck more at. The more people got guns in that game, I started to suck more at. Like, I can't just walk around and just prison shiv everybody just with just a tap of a button. But they are amazing to play. But I'm glad it was developed because, you come up with Shadow of War and stuff like that, which kind of takes the lead perfectly from Assassin's Creed.
Shadow of War.
It's kind of like Assassins of Lord of the Rings, pretty much.
Yep. That was actually a really good game. That's stuff like that is really what I want to see on these next gen consoles. Something dark, gritty, and friggin' would visually look friggin' actually like the legit movies.
I'm really scared to, like, one of my personal favorites is ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. I'd really be scared to... I don't want to lose anything in the game for it being so graphically advanced. Like, if there was to, pump some steroids into ESO, I'd be really scared that I would lose a bit in the storytelling, but really hoping the new gens deliver. Like, I think originally it did take them a minute to actually, like, with the last gen, I think it did take them a minute to catch up. Like, every game was like, oh, we're just going to knock out of the park with graphics. And they're like, yeah, but you sucked at telling a story here. Or the gameplay was, like a sci-fi channel late night B-rated movie-esque. So I'm really hoping new gen brings new excitement. I'm really excited to see what all they can do, like you said. Being able to pretty much watch a Hulu original, but being able to control it pretty much.
Legit. Also on Xbox at launch, you're gonna have, of course, again, Fortnite. Gotta have their next gen version of Fortnite. 2K21, because somebody had to make sure 2K got on there right away, which I'm pretty sure the only reason it wasn't on the list for PS5 was that it's just the PS5 is getting released later and it's just not confirmed yet. Dirt 5, which out of racing games, I didn't play the Dirt series.
I didn't play it either. I wasn't. Not a fan. Just not a fan.
Bright Memory, which I have no background on this game. Like, it looks like something I would be into. It's got some friggin' futuristic stuff going on. So I'm like, okay, why haven't I heard about this game until literally right now? That's something. We'll see when I get that PS5 what this look like. Square Enix's Marvel's Avengers is I figured it I figured it was also going to be the same as 2K. It's literally not on PlayStation's list because the PlayStation's just being released later and it hasn't been confirmed for it yet. Tetris Effect Connected, which wait, you're coming out with a Tetris game at launch on next gen console? Well, okay, what's
That might just be a stat stuffer. Like that's they just needed something extra to put to the list. Like with them, is there really ever a difference? Can you just add Tetris to it? Can you just say Tetris?
Right.
Like nobody's gonna be like, well, what was the last Tetris created? Oh, it was such and such and such and such. No, it's Tetris.
No, it's Tetris, and on every console, it's Tetris.
You just made another pinball game. Is really what it is. You just added pinball to your exclusive list. That's cool. Nothing says nostalgia like being able to play Tetris in 4K.
And like, at what point did we think, this is a waste of resources to announce this as a launch title? Because it's Tetris. Legit. Friggin' Tetris in 4K. But it doesn't really matter because it's Tetris, so it could have been in 1080p, could have been in 420p, and it not matter. It's still Tetris.
And what definition does Tetris just become Legos? Like in 4K, wouldn't it just be Legos? Like, would it be just so high def? It would just be like Bob the Builder Live or some shit? Like,
legit, like,
you want to mess with my head? Give me Minecraft in 4K, like high definition.
Well, it's crazy. They have had some on PC, some mods with some skins that look a little ridiculous for it to be Minecraft still. I want to see on these next gen consoles, since they have that power, let's go ahead and do some crazy stuff with all the games. Like Minecraft, friggin', well, technically Fortnite, but I don't see them doing much different than they're already doing. It's just going to be a consistently 4K Fortnite. Okay, still Fortnite. I don't think it's really going to change. The visuals being a little bit better is going to change it for me. I'm trying to think of what else is getting re-released. A lot of the games getting re-released are already optimized for 4K, and they're like good-looking games already. It's the stuff that is old or is like, we already know it's going to be one of those. It's not called Xbox Live Arcade anymore, but them smaller titles, I want to see those look a lot better being re-released for these systems. I'll just optimize some stuff just cause. Why not? I bet you'll get a lot more people to rebuy games if you at least take a little bit of care of them before when you re-release them.
All the ones that come to mind, they pretty much like have their counterparts already. Actually, the first two that came to mind were both Star Wars, like Star Wars Battlefront. Like, oh, go back and give me the first one. Oh, well, we kind of did. It's just updated. And then the next one was like Force Unleashed. I mean, it would kind of be like First Jedi, or what is it? Is it First Jedi? Oh, no, it's a new one. Oh, what the hell? Can't remember. Fallen Jedi. Sound really stupid here. It's another one I just didn't play, just because it seemed like it was one of the ones I just watched. Sorry, I watched streamers play it. Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, that's what it is.
I don't know why.
I couldn't think. I almost went and looked it up just because I couldn't remember the name either.
I said that and I almost heard the dum dum from like Law and Order, but they're pretty much the same. But there are some old ones that would just be hilarious to watch. Or actually, it might be scary to like go back and be like, oh, wow, this is what this looks like in like legit graphics. Could you imagine somebody remade RuneScape with like legit graphics, it would probably be scary. You'd be like, this just seems weird.
Well, it's crazy because, like, I seen where they are graphic-wise now, and, I mean, it's leaps and bounds from back in the day with RuneScape 1 and 2, where everything was pixelated so bad, and you're going to play games on your console that are still way better than this, and you're sitting there playing this little RPG on... And now it looks a lot better. But if you took that and made it look like, hell, go for broke and say Elder Scrolls.
I was just about to say Dark Legacy. Like, give me Gauntlet Dark Legacy new, but it pretty much would be a Bethesda game. Like, actually, you know what? Hey, Microsoft, you just dropped all that money to buy them. Just bring it back. Just
bring back.
Add it in.
Yeah, bring back Gauntlet and give it crazy graphics.
Oh man. Oh man. Give me some twist. I can play in first and third person like every other Bethesda game or something.
Wow, I'm just thinking about the possibilities of that game specifically. Like, hop on with 4 buddies online and friggin' the same legit setup of those games, fighting just waves and waves and waves of monsters through each level. All right, so we're about to go do some research and start get a Kickstarter going real quick because this sounds like a hit already.
Just let the people vote on what game needs to be remastered next, and just polish it up, kick it out. Here you go. Buy it from us. Here.
Right. Last two that I want to bring up, I'm missing a couple on the Xbox list. The Xbox list was longer than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Didn't even know they did exclusives anymore.
No, and it's not even, like, just their launch titles. Most of these aren't exclusive because they're also coming out for PC.
That's just what comes out at
but
launch.
It's just what's going to be out at launch. Because, yeah, a lot of those are also going to be on PC at the same time.
Good, because Xbox doesn't need exclusives because they're not like that PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. They're not. They play well with others. We're team players here. And it's nice that I don't... Going forward, I don't have to lose being able to play with everybody because I'm stuck on my PC all the time.
It's definitely nice. I mean, I guess that also helps when you're like, oh, well, I can cross-platform with my own other setup with PC. But come on, PlayStation, we're supposed to be figuring this out. I thought we're not progressing any.
Nope, still getting stuck in your old ways. What's going on?
And in all fairness, if I drop $7+ billion to buy ZetaMax and stuff, I might get really restrictive of who has it. Like, I might not be willing to give it to you for free no more, but they weren't, shockingly.
So you've got Watch Dogs Legion.
Finally, I feel like that one's been coming out for years.
And Yakuza Like a Dragon. Now I heard someone tell me that they were really hyped for the new Yakuza. So I'm like, I played once. Good games. But I think that this will be where I actually invest and try one out myself all the way through. Why not? So, with that, how much are these beefy powerhouses going to cost? You've got both of the main systems, the Series X and the PS5 with the disc tray, coming out at $500. Crazy price to think of what's in it and how powerful these things are. What really blows my mind, though, I thought about back when I bought my Xbox One at launch and what all I had in that system at launch. Just for them to come out with the 1X and 1S later and me be like, well, I want everything that does. The Series X and the Series S are coming out at powerhouses at $500. And I'm like, well, hell, if that's what you're trying to do at launch, all right. I don't feel like if y'all come out with another step of consoles in between, I really don't see where you would go. Like, how you could do that. Only thing I can think of is if you made the specs in the X in the size of the S. I don't see the point of another console after these, like, as a half step.
Unless they do like a specialty one where it has increased memory or anything, but because nowadays every game is like 100 gigs.
Right, and they're only giving you a terabyte? Yeah.
Well, yeah, at least for the X.
Well, right, for the X you're getting a terabyte. The S you're only getting half.
Thankfully, they do announce that the external will only cost you like $220 to buy, like day one. But GameStop, from what I've heard, will be having a trade-in special for the Xboxes. And if you trade in the newer series Xboxes, they'll give you, or Xbox or PS4, they'll give you $200 off. So you can get the S for $100.
That's actually really interesting to think about.
Yeah, they had I don't have on hand. I didn't really jot it down to remember, but they have like a ranking. It was like the newer ones would be 200, the original Xbox One would be 100, and then there's some in between ones like the Switch if you switch or whatever.
Okay.
Switch if you switch.
Switch if you switch.
But again, as long as they have, like I said before, as long as they got that $35 the 2-year lease.
Yes.
With everything included.
Yes.
Oh, listen.
So what's funny is that's, like I said, that's how I'm gonna get my Xbox for sure.
Absolutely.
If the PlayStation does a similar deal, I'm gonna do that too. But as far as the Xbox goes, that's wild to be able to have that monthly lease, and then your Game Pass Ultimate is included.
That's the nicest part about it is the Game Pass, the Live, everything is in that price, which ain't it already, to get them both bundled, it's like $15 a month anyways.
Yep.
So you're paying about $20 a month for 2 years.
It's $15 a month for Ultimate. So for 2 years, it's included in the price that you're paying. Which, when I did the math, it came to you actually saving $20 on the whole ordeal as a whole.
I mean, it's really drawn out for 2 years to save $20. But I mean, if I'm not paying extra, I mean, that's the biggest thing. In fairness, they could probably go away. They could probably kick it up to $50, and some people would still lease it out.
Oh yeah,
which makes me really wonder if there's heavy like, do I have to have an 800 credit score to get this? I already can't get AARPs on credit cards and stuff low enough. Now I can't even get my Xbox because of bankruptcy or some random because I don't have a perfect credit score.
Right. Yeah, got my card taken one time. Now I can't get an Xbox.
Yeah, because I'm not one of them the suburby bougies. Like, I can't have an Xbox. Like, that's messed up.
Don't take my Xbox away. I only got evicted 5 years ago.
It'll drop off next year. Like, come on, man. That's definitely how I'm going to be getting mine, though. That I already know for a fact. For a fact. You know why? Because I know I waste $35 a month on things I don't even remember. I probably eat $35 a week in fast food. So, in fairness, Xbox, you might be saving my arteries.
Shoot, I just canceled 2 bills without even thinking about it that both added up to the price of the Xbox. So it's like, oh, what I was paying every month, it's already accounted for.
Thank you, Xbox, for making me both healthier and more physically responsible.
Friggin', so you've got options. I don't know what PlayStation's going to do as far as some kind of lease thing, but you've got options to get these Xboxes through monthly payments. And if you're the type that you were already paying monthly for your Live or Game Pass or whatever anyway, there you go.
It's shocking to me they don't have like some kind of deposit on it or something. I think that's what really makes it interesting to me. Like, they're not like, oh, well, we need like $200 on the deposit and then $30 a month. Okay, rent a center. Like, I'm all right. The fact you can just like first month $35 and go, like, that's pretty sweet.
Well, that's where it's funny because them rent-a-centers, Aaron's, all your rental places are gonna be pissed because they were actually catching people on that leasing out systems from them. Now it's like, oh no, you can get it from the source and you don't pay no interest. No down deposit, no interest. Here's your Xbox.
In 2 years, you'll save $20.
In 2 years, you will save $20.
That's what really kind of makes me like scared. There's a credit thing to it. Just because, I don't know. You know what? Ball out, Xbox. Help a brother out. You know, don't let Aaron screw me or nothing over an Xbox. Because, you know, if they can do it, they'll be like, oh, it'll be $75 a month. You can get this Xbox. No Game Pass, no live. But first off, I pay more than $35 a month for my internet. So, I'm not going to...
That's right.
That's a nice one, too. Hey, Xbox, since you created the internet, can you just have your own service? And I'll just pay you $70 a month for internet, Xbox, Game Pass, X Live, like everything. Like... Hook me up with that Google phone, another $105 a month. Like, just let me furnish like house by Microsoft. Like give me the whole setup. I'll pay you rent, everything. You just buy my apartment. We'll just
we'll just put everything in it. Y'all give me everything I need. Smart home by Microsoft. Let's go.
They're working like I live in a hotel, just in there sweeping the floors and stuff. Trying to work off my rent for Microsoft. Bill, don't evict me. Bill, no.
All right, y'all. So this has been a fun episode of NSSG. Let me know in my comments on YouTube, in the comments on the post on Facebook, or the comments on Instagram. I'm posting this. Nobody's on my Twitter still, so not gonna even bring that one up. Let us know how DtheHEATHEN did. Hopefully y'all don't scare him off and he comes back a couple more times.
You might get a couple comments saying I need a prescription for ADHD medicine. Might be about it. They're gonna be like, we love him, but can you keep him on track?
It's all good on this podcast. So, if you're on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe. If you're on whatever other platform, you know, them 5 stars is always helpful. We like to stay humble here, so I won't harp too much on it. But definitely make sure you're following me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Links all in my descriptions. And you will actually, by the time you hear this, we will be recorded for our other show. And you, on Monday, you'll catch us on 4 Too Many. And just cause, I'll probably link that too. Just cause I might link it every day. Or every podcast. Why not? Definitely check out 4 Too Many. That will be on Monday. This will be a Friday thing. And that's actually when we go to record that show. So, busy MFers.
Just never stops.
Nope. We'll sleep when we're dead. All right, guys. Peace.